Okay, so what we've done so far is really cool. We know now how to analyze the flow of data and write our own script to intercept downloaded files and make a Trojan out of the file that the target person is downloading. So we're not replacing the file, we're actually giving the target person the file that they're requesting, but that file is going to be modified slightly so that when it's executed, it'll show the target person the file that they're looking for, and it'll run our evil code or our evil file in the background. But in my opinion, that attack can be enhanced a little bit. So from the previous lectures, we know that in our code in here, we have to specify the file type that we want to intercept. So we can put a PDF or exe or MP3 or any other file type, but we're limited to one file type at a time. So we can't intercept PDF, exe, txt, MP3 at the same time. We have to modify this part in here. The other problem is if we go here and come on this file, you'll see the file name is gonna always be called file. So regardless of the file that the target is going to download, the file is always gonna be called file. The third problem is if we go on view here and click on file name extensions, this will show the extension and you'll see at the end it's gonna be an exe. So even though it has a PDF icon and when the target person double click it, they'll get a PDF, the file is still a bit suspicious because you can see that it ends with a .exe. So to solve this problem, I made a script that's actually part of the Trojan factory repo. So you can see the script name in here. It's called MITMproxy script. And basically this script is based on the script that we made in the previous lectures. The only difference is it has some extra features. So first of all, it uses proper implementation of the Trojan factory file. So it doesn't use popen to invoke that program. It supports multiple file types. So instead of being limited to exe only or PDF only, you can specify a number of files to intercept and make Trojans out of them. It will automatically change the file name to spoof its extension. So when the target person downloads a file, it's not going to be a .exe. If they're downloading a PDF, it's going to be a .pdf. If they're downloading an MP4, it's going to be an MP4. And it will also automatically add an icon to the downloaded file to match the file type. So if the target person again is downloading a PDF, it will automatically select an icon for a PDF. If they're downloading a TXT, it will automatically select an icon for a TXT, and so on. Now let me show you how this tool works. Actually using it is very simple. It's already added to the Trojan factory repo. So whenever you clone it, when you do git clone and put the URL for the Trojan factory, you'll get the script in the same directory as the Trojan factory. So I'll show you. So if you go to your file manager and just navigate to opt Trojan factory, you'll see that you have a file called MITMproxy script. And when you open that, you will get this script right here. Now, if you actually go down and look at the code, you'll see the code is very similar to what we've been using, especially the code that intercepts the downloaded files. The only difference is, like I said, it does all the extra features and it implements the Trojan file, so it doesn't use popen to invoke the program. Now, in order to use this script, first of all, you have to set a few variables. So the first thing that you need to set is the IP of your computer. And you want to place it between these two quotations. As you can see in my example, it's 10.20.2.15.8, so I'm leaving it the way it is. The next thing that you need to set is the extensions to target. So like I said in our basic.py in here, this script will only target PDF. If you modify this part here to exe, it will only target exe. In the example that I'm showing you today, it actually uses a list of file types in here. So you can see that the list that I have currently will intercept exe, PDF, and txt. And if you want to intercept more file types, then all you have to do is just add a comma here. and then put the name of the file type that you want to intercept between two quotation marks. So let's say you wanted to add mp3, then just add .mp3. Simple as that. The next thing that you want to set is the link to your eval file. So I'm using the same eval file that I've been using, and that's stored in http 10.20.215.8 eval.exe. So it's stored in my web root. Now remember to add the hash here to the end of the file, and remember that this needs to be a direct download link, so it needs to allow the target person to download this exe without showing any delay, without showing any ads. It needs to basically go directly to the exe. The last thing that you could modify, but you probably won't need to do it, is the web root. And this is the path where your web server files are stored. And by default in Kali, that's in var www.html, and again, that's why I'm going to keep it the same. There is also a flag here that you can set this to false if you do not want to spoof the file extension. So if you want this script to work like the script that we seen in the previous lecture. I'm keeping this at true because I want the script to automatically spoof the file extension to the same extension as the front file or the file that the target person is expecting. One more thing that I'd like to note is in the Trojan factory, there is a directory called icons. In here, you'll see the icons that the script will use for the Trojan. So if you need to add more icons to this, all you have to do is just add the icon in this directory, make sure that it's a .ico, and make sure you name the icon to the file type. So for example, you can see that the PDF icon is called pdf.ico. The mp3 icon is called mp3.ico, and so on. Now we're all set. In this lecture, I just wanted to show you how to modify all the variables for the script. And in the next lecture, I'll show you how to run the script with MITMproxy and target a remote computer so that we can generate Trojans for any file that they download with the right name, with the right extension.